Hello guys, and welcome to the Outdoor Life. I've seen a lot of posts online about people who are having some difficulties making reservations and booking their sites on Reserve America and the Texas State Park, which is also part of Reserve America. And I was going to give you a quick video here of the booking process so that you can kind of see what it is and see the idiosyncrasies of what's going on and maybe understand this a little bit better. So here we go. Right now I have found this park here called Lake Bob, and you can see I have entered July 23rd, and I do have available campsites, as you can see here. And this is the same. You'll notice that this does say Reserve America, even though the layout's a little bit different. It is the same as the regular Reserve America website, but there's one big difference. I find the Reserve America website to be challenging at best most of the time, and a lot of times you'll see a red bar right up here on top that says that it's having some kind of difficulties, and I can jump over into the Texas side and not have those difficulties. My recommendations for Texas State Parks is to use the Texas State Park version. It seems to be more stable and have less problems than the actual Reserve America website has. And I've been doing this for quite a while. I've even collaborated with Ford Motor Company and Reserve America on some projects, some software projects, and their stuff is a little wonky at times. But that's a different video. So we've found some dates. We found some sites that are available. Now, the first thing that you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go ahead and put in what it is that you're looking for. So I'd like clicking on here and click RV sites, and this is going to eliminate all of the tent only kind of stuff. Number of occupants, this is not totally necessary, but the length is. So I'm running a 27.5 foot, so I put in 28. And there are additional options. So if you're looking for water and sewer, you can go ahead and plug those in and hit apply. And you'll notice that nothing shows up. That's because at Lake Bob, there is no sewer. So I'm going to go ahead and put in 30 amps or more. I'm going to uncheck the sewer, and I'm going to hit apply filter. And you'll notice that it's still empty. Now, this is some of the weird stuff that I have found, and this is why I wanted to bring up this point right here. Even though there is water at these sites, if you select the water, it still comes up blank for some reason. And this is a direct filter from Reserve America. So I posted a question a while back about the way that the water's been listed on some of the Texas state sites, and this is one of them. And I'll show you what that is in a minute. But you'll notice as soon as I took the water off, all of my campsites became available. So we're going to go ahead and select Camp 42, and then we're going to see the details. And this goes back to the water that I was talking about earlier. So if I scroll down here, it does say that it has water. It says outside at facility. So for some reason, this outside at facility designation doesn't show up when you select water on the filter side. So that was one of the things that was really weird. And I did find out that means that there's water at the pedestal. Now that we have the site that we want to go ahead and book it. So I'm going to click on book these dates. Okay, so now that we're in the booking page, this is a place where it gets really confusing. It doesn't matter if you're on the Reserve America side or if you are on the Texas side. This equipment list right here pops up, and it only gives you an option for either tent or none. Now, I spoke with the park rangers, and they don't care which one you pick because they ignore it. So you can just leave it on tent or none. And then when you come down here, the number of occupants. Now, what I do is I put in my vehicle first. So the number of occupants bringing a vehicle, I'm going to go ahead and tell it is a truck. And I'm going to put in my license plate number. Texas, my make is a Chevy. Model is Silverado LT. The color is white. Number of adults, my wife and I, so that would be 2. And that's going to work with the number of passes that you need to access the park, the day passes. Now that you have your tow vehicle in, and if you don't have a tow vehicle, you just plug in your motorhome instead. But now that you have your tow vehicle plugged in, you can hit add another vehicle, and this is where you put in your trailer information. So the type is going to be a trailer, and then the license plate of your trailer. Now, there's no make for my trailer in here. So what they said to do is in the model, put in the make. So I put in Forest River Ibex. And then that way they know what it is. And then the color of it. And then now I have an option for the length. So I'm going to put in 28 because it's 27 and a half. Are there any other occupants? No. So now that my vehicle is added. Now, if you're having somebody meet you here and they're bringing their vehicle as well, maybe your wife's going to meet you here instead of driving up with you, then you can add a third vehicle for her vehicle. And then the primary occupant, which is going to be me, and then I have my Texas Park Pass, and I come down here and say, I agree. And then I hit continue to shop. So that's the most confusing part of the form, and it's going to be relatively identical over here on ReserveAmerica. See, now this is coming up with this inventory is not available for some reason, and it is. So I don't know. This is that red bar I was telling you about, and this is, you get all kinds of weird information up here. But anyways, we'll go ahead and tell it. See, I'm the one who selected it, so I don't know why it won't let me have it. So we'll go ahead and select these dates instead. And you'll notice here is the primary equipment type is tent, and then here's your vehicle information. You can add more right here, and then you're going to be right down to the exact same thing. So that's the confusing part that I see online a lot where people get hooked up. It is a little wonky, but I hope this helps. And if there's something that I'm missing, go ahead and leave some comments down below, and I'll try to address them at that point.